All right, guys. Hey, how you doing today? Well, today we're going to show you guys the process of wedging clay. So I have here some fresh clay that we just cut off the big block, and we're going to teach you guys how to wedge it. So when you start with fresh clay, you need to wedge the clay to get all of the imperfections and air bubbles and things out of the clay. You want to really what you're doing is you're pushing the clay together to make it solid clay, so that when you use it, you don't have these little imperfections in the actual clay that you're using, so that when you put it in the kiln to fire, it doesn't have it has a less chance of blowing up inside the kiln, because the air bubbles aren't in there trapped inside the clay. So a lot of people are going to tell you that the ram's head is the way to wedge clay, and that is absolutely true. But that is a difficult skill to master sometimes. So we're just going to do kind of a basic. It's going to be similar to what you would do for the ram's head. It's just going to be a little more simplified and easier for you guys to be able to do at a younger age. So you're going to use two hands, and you're going to kind of cup those hands, and you're going to be pushing with the fat part of your hand, the nice meaty part of your hand. What you're going to do is, first let's kind of just make this into a shape. It's a little bit easier for my hands to use. Okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to push down and out. Okay? Now, as you can see, when I did that, it moves everything a little bit. So we have to be careful with the board, because we're going to end up moving it a bunch. When you push down, you then grab with your hands and pull back. And just fold it on top of itself. And then push. And then back. And then push. And then back. And then push. And then back. And you'll see right here, you start to get layers, and that's kind of what you're looking for. Now, one of the problems is, when you're doing it, sometimes the outside pushes outward like this and starts squishing out. You can just fold those in as well. Push and back, push and back, and push and back, and then move your clay to where you need it, and do this. Now, something you can't see in the video is that I'm actually standing up while I'm doing this. You cannot do this sitting down. You must stand up. Okay? So make sure you stand up. I'm going to fold these in again. Okay? The process takes 3 to 5 minutes. If you do it for 3 to 5 minutes, okay, you can make sure that you are getting all of the air bubbles out. Sometimes you'll hear it kind of do this little farting noise as you're doing it, because you'll hear it popping out some of those bubbles that you're creating by pulling the clay back and forth. There we go. All right. Let's do a couple more good ones, and then I'm going to kind of make it a square here. Okay. And now let's cut it, and I'll show you what the inside cross section looks like. Now, I did a little less than 3 minutes, but I did work on it a little bit before the video started, so you wouldn't have to sit and watch me for 3 minutes. Okay. All right. So as you look at it, you'll see that there are a couple little air bubbles here and there. Okay? So then that looks like I probably need to work a little bit longer on it. Okay? So I'm going to do it the opposite direction. All right? So that's what wedging is all about. You're just going to do this to kind of make it so you're preparing your clay, so that when you actually do your project, in this case, the one in our class, you're going to have a good processed piece of clay that has no bubbles, and your final project hopefully will be a safe project. Let's take one more look. Okay, so some of these bigger bubbles, that's not what we're worried about. We're worried about in here, in this area right here. It looks like it's pretty smooth. Doesn't look like there's any little minute bubbles. So, all right. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you watch all the other videos that you're required for this unit.